Hey, Lo-Riders, it's me, Lois, and I'm here late night tonight with some news that's hit the airwaves today in regards to Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, and Kelsey Harris. Okay, it is in regards to releasing the rounds on Megan Thee Stallion. My commentary is alleged and, in my opinion, with some actual and factual. And I just have a few questions. I'm not going to be here long, but I want to know what you guys think. So people are claiming that there was bias against Tory Lanez throughout the entire trial and so forth and so on. And I want to say I beg to differ because people were talking mad crap about Megan Thee Stallion, calling her everything from dirt to, the H word or the WH word. You know what I'm saying? And they were just wishing things upon her, alleged, and in my opinion, with some actual and factual that were totally unnecessary. And a lot of it were coming from men. And I didn't appreciate that because, and not just men, black men, okay? But I didn't appreciate it because nobody put on their critical thinking hats or anything like that. So, of course, we watched the trial and everything, and then we hear that this young lady, Kelsey Harris, was possibly given immunity, alleged, and in my opinion, with some actual factual. But news is coming from Meg Thee Stallion's attorney and Daystar, which is Tory Lanez's attorney. And word on the streets is that Kelsey Harris was the one that released the rounds. And this is alleged, in my opinion, with some actual and factual, but she is the one that did it, and she knew that she did it, and she wouldn't talk about it. Now, part of the problem I have with that is that it is saying that Tory Lanez saw her release 3 of the rounds, and then he grabbed her arm and knocked the round giver out of her arm, and then the round giver released 3 more rounds, okay? Well, Tory, if you knew what in the flipping dip happened, why in the flipping dip didn't you tell it up front? Why would you allow Kelsey, alleged in my opinion with some actual and factual, to just lie and receive immunity when you had the truth sitting in your back pocket all that time? Okay, and in the interim, you're bad mouthing Megan Thee Stallion instead of just telling the freaking truth from the begin. What was that about? I don't understand it. Did you have so much hatred or disrespect or whatever it was you had for Megan Thee Stallion that you didn't see what was happening was wrong? And especially if you were being railroaded, because you knew you were being railroaded. If you are in actual and factual innocence, then you would have said something. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be sitting nowhere doing no kind of vacation for somebody else. Just be real clear about that. I'm not doing a vacation for you. I'm not doing a vacation for him or her neither, okay? So first things out of my mouth is, I know who did it. I sure do. I know who did it. But you sat and allowed Megan Thee Stallion to be disrespected and just thought that you was going to ride off into the sunset. And the universe sometimes just, the ball lands where it will, and it landed on you, and you didn't protect yourself. And I'm going to say that's your fault because you had more information than anyone else, and you chose not to do it because of whatever type of hatred, alleged and in my opinion with some actual and factual, you had against Megan Thee Stallion. And then I also want to know, why did Kelsey get off? Why was she let off in the first place? Why wasn't there more investigation in regards to her? What was the motive behind all of this? And then I'm hearing words on the streets from another content creator, and it's only one content creator, that said that Tory Lanez should take legal action against Meg Thee Stallion. Why? She wasn't the one that did this. It was a jury of your peers that made that decision. And it was based on the fact that y'all was so busy hiding information and not telling the damn truth in the first place and trying to cover up for somebody Who is the one that got your ass where you at now on vacation for 10 plus years? You did? That ain't nobody fault but your own and her. Okay? So you can't blame that on Megan Thee Stallion. The bottom line is the lady just know that some rounds was released into her. She got injured in the process and she didn't know where it came from. So how you gonna blame her for that? And then I also hear that there were witnesses. You mean to tell me you didn't allow your attorneys to question the witnesses to get the correct information that Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey Harris was out there physically doing the cha-cha? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were literally, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't say nothing to your attorneys about that? And now this information is coming out now. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not in agreement with anyone going to a vacation, long-term vacation, if they are absolutely innocent. But if you sat back and allowed yourself to be railroaded because you had a bitter heart against this woman, then that's on you, bruh. That's all I got to say. Now, I'm probably going to get some flat back and some feedback, unnecessary feedback, some necessary feedback, and some just general feedback in regards to my thoughts about this process and what's going on. But I'm okay with that because logically to me, there's absolutely no way that you should be on vacation if someone else was the one that released the rounds. So I guess you should figure that out and maybe talk to your attorney again and talk to Megan's attorney or do what you got to do and maybe do it right this time and not try to cover anything up. Because in the words of Nene Leakes, you never win when you play dirty. And you played dirty and you're the one that got caught up in the nonsense. And I'm not in agreement if you are truly and actually and factually innocent. I'm not in agreement with that. But if you are not innocent, then you are where you belong. And that's all I got to say on this subject. Lo-Ryders, please get down in these comments. Tell me what you think about this video. I'm just trying to be mindful of the words that I say because I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. But I want to report on what I'm hearing over in these streets. Okay. And then in regards to the dude I was talking about yesterday, A Loser, I actually went to his YT page and it looks like he scrubbed a lot of the negative content that he had in regards to Miss Melody Cherie. Because he's trying to do a different persona because he's on this new panel or whatsoever, and he's claiming that he's going to get out of the reality TV game and all this other nonsense. But when I get to information, I'll be back to talk about the things that was said. But Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, get your shiznai together. Get your people together. And I don't give a flipping dip with nobody else. You still owe Megan Thee Stallion a big apology. And that's it. That's all. Peace. What kind of forever? I'm out.